Alex Jordan, Assistant City Engineer with the City of Lakeville. Welcome to the first open house for the city's 210th Street reconstruction project. Thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation. We hope that it's informative and provides you with an opportunity to make your thoughts, opinions, and concerns heard. The 210th Street project includes the reconstruction of 210th Street between Kensington Boulevard and Holyoke Avenue, along with the pavement resurface of 210th Street, Lakeville Boulevard between Holyoke Avenue and Cedar Avenue. Construction of the improvements is scheduled for 2022. The city is very excited to begin this project, and we want to make it a special one for the community. We understand that there's a need for change along this roadway and hope that with the community's engagement, we can reflect the values of the city in the improvements. The project team has identified several key goals that we'd like to achieve with the project. First is to engage the community. Voicing your opinion will help us understand your perspective and design a project that meets your needs. We want to make this roadway one that Lakeville is proud of and that meets the long-term needs of the city. Our project theme is building community connections. We need your help to make this project a success. Next, we want to design and implement a pedestrian and multimodal system that's missing today. We understand that the lack of trails and sidewalks along 210th Street creates a barrier for the area. With nearby parks, schools, downtown Lakeville, and a regional trail system, a pedestrian system would allow for safe and improved access for the community. The city was awarded a grant fund from the Minnesota Department of Transportation system to complete a safe routes to school engineering study along the 210th Street with this project. The study is a partnership with ISD 194 and will review trail locations, safe crossing locations, and improvements that will allow children to walk and bike to school safely. Lastly, we want to improve the roadway corridor and address any and all safety and traffic operational issues.
Thanks, Alex, for your introduction and the project overview. I'm Kelly Besser with Stonebrook Engineering, and I will be the project manager for Stonebrook. And we'll be teaming with the City of Lakeville for the 210th Street corridor project development. As Alex mentioned, one of the main focuses of this project is public outreach, and our theme is building community connections. It's really important for the city to get your feedback on this project and what you want to see out of the project corridor in the end when it's constructed in 2022. One of the ways we're going to reach out to you is through our project website. That'll be the main way, 210thStreet.com. You're familiar, you're there, you got to this video through there. You'll be able to enter your email into our website to get notifications anytime our website's updated, and it'll be our main location for all project information and schedule. One of the other ways we're going to reach out to the community is through pop-up events at different community events throughout the year. And while we can't be person to person right now with COVID-19, you can expect in the next year to see us at events like Panaprog and farmers markets, high school sporting events, and then into 2021, Taste of Lakeville, the Home Expo, and Watershed Cleanup. Our project team will be at these events talking to you guys one-on-one, getting feedback, and then we'll also have project information, and it'll be a great way to really reach out to the community and get that one-on-one discussion going. Other media platforms that we'll be using to get you project information will be social media through the city's Facebook, Twitter, and Nextdoor neighborhood accounts. You'll also see us occasionally in newspaper ads for the city and the city's weekly video focus on Lakeville. And then we'll also be having a project hotline for this project. That phone number is 952-582-6200. And you can call this, you'll get all the information you'd get from the website, and you can additionally leave a voice message and your contact information if you would like one of our team members to contact you back. And then lastly, we have our project email address, which is a great way to reach out to our team members and leave your feedback. And that's 210thStreet@lakevillemn.gov. So as I mentioned, the project website, 210thStreet.com, is going to be our central location for all of our project information and updates. And one of the ways you can provide feedback on the 210th Street project is through our comment map. And there'll be a link to it on our project website. And right now, we're going to go into a short clip about how to leave a comment and where to access that from our website.
So I'm going to share with you now how to leave a comment on our 210th Street reconstruction project comment map. So from our main project page, 210thStreet.com, you can go to the comment map item at the top. And if you click on that, it'll bring you to our comment map. Now, when you first come in, there'll be a how to leave a comment information box with some information about the different icons within the map. If this happens to go away, you can always bring it back by hitting this I button for information. Also, if you happen to get zoomed somewhere away from the project, you can go ahead and hit this home button, and it'll bring you right back to our project location, which our corridor is highlighted in blue here, so you can kind of see it. So how to leave a comment, the first thing you'll do is, and it's shown down here in this text as well, but if you hit this notepad button right here, add a comment, click on it. The first thing it'll ask you is select what type of commenter you are. And you can pick whatever you feel is most applicable. If you don't find a category that suits it well, you can always select other. I'm going to go ahead and select business. And when you drag your mouse over to the map, you'll see that you can click to add your comment at any point on the map. Now, if you have a specific location you want to leave the comment, go ahead and click on that location. For example, if you had business at this point along the project, say just east of Dodd, maybe you would click right here. If you have a more general comment that doesn't need a specific location, you can really click anywhere on the map. We will receive the comments either way. So I'm actually going to go ahead and just pick kind of a generic location. I'll just say right here, click. And from there, you just leave your comment. And I'm going to call this test comment. And when you're done, you can go ahead and close it. Now, after you leave your comment, your icon will appear in the spot you left your comment, and it'll be there for others to see. There's no personal information left with these comments. They are anonymous, and please give us your feedback on whatever you feel is important for us to know. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. As we've shared, feedback and input from the community is vital to this project's success. We want your feedback regarding your experiences along the roadway, any roadway and pedestrian safety issues, traffic operational issues, including the location and time of day, pedestrian issues and improvements that should be included in the project, corridor aesthetics, including landscaping and lighting, and any others that you feel would impact the design of the project. Comments can be shared on the project website's comment map by sending an email to 210street@lakevillemn.gov or by leaving a voicemail on the project hotline. You can also contact Kelly and I directly at our phone numbers listed on the project website.
Now that we've gone through different ways you can leave comments or ask questions and provide feedback about the corridor, we wanted to go through and show you some challenges that our project team has identified with the corridor. And I'm going to go through and show you a clip that describes the challenges. This is the map you're going to see. There's a link to it on our website. And then right now we'll go into a clip on identifying some of those challenges. And really what this will be for is for you to use as a guide to look to see what we've identified, but also to use to generate your own feedback and probably identify challenges that our team hasn't identified yet.
The project challenges map can be accessed from our main page under the menu item project documents. So I'll click on that. Challenges map link is right there. And it opens the PDF of the layout in a new window. So the project challenges map was created by our project team to really call attention to the key challenges early on in the project development process. We created it to help the public identify any key issues or challenges that they might see on a daily basis or have identified in the past that they would want to leave a comment on, and that can be done through our comment map at our project website. The layout also has a legend that identifies different shading and symbols used on the map and various points of interest along the corridor in purple here, such as schools, businesses, churches, restaurants. And also the traffic information is another key item to point out in the legend. And you'll see that the traffic information symbols are shown here at all of the intersections along our corridor, but there's a couple extra here at Jacquard, Dodd, and Holyoke, and I'll get to that in a second. The callouts with the light blue around them identify specific locations of key challenges related to right-of-way, pedestrian and bike safety, potential impacts to properties, steep terrain, railroad impacts. We also have identified our reconstruction limits and our project resurfacing limits. And then over in this side of the layout, scroll over here, we do have a box that identifies more generic challenges that could be corridor wide or not specific to a location that some of these other callouts are specific to. So we've collected traffic data in early spring, and our team is right now looking at future traffic projections of this data 20 years into the future. And in looking at that, we need to evaluate what the future intersection control might look like at these intersections. And as you can see, there is a level of service symbol here in the legend. I can zoom in on that a little bit. And the level of service really means what type of delay is experienced in both the AM and PM peak hours at these three main intersections based on our existing volumes. So while level of service kind of depends on the person, what they might experience, in general for the intersection during those AM and PM peak hours, we've got AM and PM. So the top half is AM, bottom half is PM in each of these three symbols. And it describes what types of delays there are. So as you can see, right now at Jaquarta and Holyoke, those delays really aren't bad. They're pretty much free-flowing. And then minimal delays here at Dodd Boulevard. But looking into the future at these three intersections, we really want to focus on choosing the intersection control that's not only warranted, but what makes the most sense for the intersection. Dodd Boulevard is a county road, and we will be partnering and working with Dakota County on the best solution for future intersection control at that intersection. So while we look through those future volume numbers and look at what might be the best intersection control, we really want feedback on what you might experience at these intersections today and any thoughts you might have on what that intersection control could look like in the future. Another key challenge for this project is providing safe transportation for all modes of transportation, including pedestrians and bicycles in addition to motorists. And with Lakeville South High School, we've also got a middle school and elementary school here. We really want to make sure we have a focus on pedestrian safety, especially those who might be riding bike to school or walking to school, and looking at ways we can improve that with our corridor project. And we'll be evaluating specifically safety in the school zone here, right near Lakeville South High School, which is right off the project corridor on 210th Street. And while balancing those needs for all those modes of transportation, we'd like your feedback on what you've experienced out on the corridor, whether you're a pedestrian or bicyclist or motorist, and having those interactions with different modes of transportation. We'd also be interested in hearing what type of improvement might be the most beneficial, not only for motorists, but also for pedestrians and bicycles as well. One goal of this project is to limit property impacts while balancing the need for roadway widening and trail improvements, as discussed previously. And some of the challenges identified with providing that widening and providing those different modes of transportation with the corridor improvements are what the widening may impact, such as tree screening, some steep terrain along the project corridor. So we've pointed those out at various locations for where we felt those physical features might be difficult with the widening. We've also acknowledged that access during construction may be a challenge, especially for those whose main and only access is right off of 210th Street. So we do have driveway entrances identified on the project corridor map for those who may have a single point of access to 210th Street. Another challenge we've identified is coordinating rail crossing improvements here, right at the Canadian Pacific Progressive Rail line. And we do know that it's quite a bumpy ride in that area right now. So really the challenge there is coordination with the railroad company and just making sure that this is incorporated to provide a nice smooth corridor once the project is complete. We do also recognize that there will be other construction in the area. while this project construction is going on in 2022, and that being potentially CASA 70, any work that's being completed on that project or other projects in the area could be a challenge with this project, and maintaining and making sure that there is access for all residents and to the schools at all times. And lastly, one of the most unforeseen project challenges thus far in the project would be COVID-19 and its impacts to our ability to talk with you face-to-face at this time and really get feedback directly from the public and the community of Lakeville. So hopefully throughout our virtual open house and our project outreach, we'll be able to gather that feedback just as well, if not better, than we would have in person. And again, we really encourage you to utilize all of the ways that you can contribute your feedback to the project, and we encourage your comments and questions as we work towards our design and a final product. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. A portion of the project costs are anticipated to be specially assessed to benefiting property owners. Properties that are anticipated to be assessed for the improvements are those that have direct driveway access to 210th Street. The project team will be preparing a feasibility report this summer following the requirements of Minnesota State Statutes Chapter 429. The report will identify the scope of the improvements, project costs, and preliminary assessment amounts on properties. More information regarding assessments will be mailed directly to impacted property owners this summer. We understand the challenges with the assessments, and questions may be needed to be addressed early on in the project. If you have immediate questions about assessments, please contact me directly at 952-985-4503. Thanks.
So one of the specific challenges that we have identified on the corridor that we kind of went through with the challenges map is right-of-way. And while the existing roadway is a narrow road, there's not much space on either side. With the proposed 210th Street improvements, we're going to look at widening this, not only for vehicles, but also for multimodal use. And with this will come right-of-way acquisition for property owners along the corridor. So as we begin to develop our project and look at construction limits, we're going to be reaching out to impacted property owners, and we'll do that through an early notification letter that'll be sent around the end of 2020. And this early notification letter would be to get a conversation started about what types of impacts we're seeing and what could be expected of those impacts for that property owner. And then into spring of 2021, we're going to be completing our appraisals for any land acquisition, sending offers, and initiating the negotiation process with those owners. So we've gone over all the different ways that you can provide feedback to the 210th Street project. And after this open house here on May 28th, we're going to collect all your questions and comments over a 2-week period. After that 2-week period, for the next couple weeks, we're going to summarize all of those comments and provide responses to questions and comments within a month of this open house. So by the end of June, you can expect to see on the project website a summary and responses to all of your questions and comments. After the 2-week period after the open house, you're welcome to leave comments. We'll respond to those comments in a timely manner, or if we receive more general comments that we can respond to and provide updates, we'll do that as well. The main thing is we want your feedback, and it's really important to us, and we'll always do our best to respond to you and give you the answers that you need. So looking forward to our next steps in the 210th Street project, we're going to be looking at moving into the summer and holding stakeholder coordination meetings with individual impacted property owners, businesses, and also evaluating alternative designs for the corridor based on your feedback and also our traffic analysis and looking into the future at our traffic volumes. We do plan to hold another open house in October of 2020. We're not sure at this time if it's going to be virtual or in person. And at that open house, we would present design alternatives that we would want your feedback on. And as always, please stay connected, and we do look forward to hearing from you on this project.
Thank you very much for joining us and participating in this open house. We look forward to working with the community in completing these important improvements. We want to continue to build community connections. We need your help to make this project a success. On behalf of the City of Lakeville and the project team, we look forward to hearing from you, and have a great day.